specifically when it comes to my mom. I know she feels like the shunning is the way it has to be handled. Mother's the one that would never turn her back on her kids. She loves her kids dearly. So I know that she could not follow through on the shunning unless she believed Jehovah was endorsing it himself. I would be one of the apostate unforgiven, yes. I've committed the unforgivable sin because I spoke out against the organization about the pedophilia. When I was disfellowshipped for homosexuality, my parents and other family members started immediately trying to take Marley from me. Several occasions they hid her from me, physically hid her from me. My parents and my sister, my brother, would tell her that I was demonized, that I probably had demons in my apartment. So as a result of that, Marley was young and impressionable, believed that, and was scared to visit me. The text messages from Marley reflect what mentality they were instilling in her. You've chosen Satan, you're going to die. Disfellowshipping is about what they can do to you, what they can take from you. You know that if you don't stay with the flock, there's this harsh penalty that awaits you. We're going to take everything from you, even your family. So I went into the police station to complain about interference from Jehovah's Witnesses in my parenting, and that's all I wanted help with. It all came pouring out when I started making the statement to authorities. When all of this stuff, the allegations against Ronnie, came to court, he had been arrested, he was out on bail, he had hired an attorney, and we showed up at court for this preliminary hearing. This uniformed police officer takes us out into the courtroom, leads us out, and we look up, and Ronnie is there, his wife is there, my mom and dad are sitting next to him, and the other elders, a couple of which had been the ones to disfellowship him for the molestations, were sitting on his side. And then to look over there and to see my parents sitting next to him, and they wouldn't look my direction. Even when I was speaking on the stand, I looked out and my mother and dad wouldn't look at me in the face. Ronnie Lawrence was absolutely forgivable because he, one, never missed a meeting. He never would speak out against the elders or the organization, and every moment of his disfellowship status, he was trying to get back in. So he had access to forgiveness where I did not, because I turned my back on the organization and spoke out against the way they had handled things. Since I left the organization, I've always had these panicky attack moments. And so I get ready and I go to the mall, and I thought I saw my mom. Well, this woman turned and it wasn't her, but I just had this, my heart started to pound. It brings me to my knees, like I miss my mother so badly, and I'm desperate for her to speak to me. And then when you realize she's not coming. And I cried my eyes out for hours. I just thought, it will take too long to get back in the organization. I have to die. I have to die today. There's a fear that overcomes me, like Jehovah's going to take me. He's done with me. He's done putting up with me. And I've always been taught that he'll use the elements, a rainstorm or a tornado or something, to rid the earth of a sufficient amount of wicked people at one time. And then recently we went through a really bad storm driving back home. My very first default was, this is Jehovah's means of taking my life. You feel like This is the time that Dad promised me. This is the time that Dad said Jehovah's going to take my life. So it just leaves you wrung out, just completely wrung out. And just physically, I feel it shave years off my life, because I feel the anxiety and the tension from it will take a toll at the end of my life. I was in the store the other day, and my parents were ordering a hamburger at the hamburger side, and I was over in the grocery side. And so they just looked so different, and I wanted to look at that picture better. They were both facing me, but didn't see me. And so I lifted up my cell phone to take a picture, and I was going to send it to Crystal and Marley. And when they saw me then, and both of them simultaneously just turned their back. So it was bizarre. It never gets any less weird.